Hello, everybody, and welcome to week number 4. A couple things just to start with before we get into the course content for the week. Just a reminder that your week 4 assignment, is due Sunday at the end of this week. We had an optional Zoom call last Thursday to talk about this assignment. It's taped, so if you want to take a look in the course news and bulletins for that, that's there. As a result of that call, I also posted a document in the course news and bulletins, which is intended to assist you in completing the week 4 assignment. It's called Extra Details on the week 4 assignment. So that's there to support you in your work in completing this assignment this week. And also just under that in the course news and bulletins, I put some notes on APA 7th edition. If you have any questions about a cover page or how to cite using APA 7th edition, and I also reference that document in the extra details on the week 4 assignment. In addition, in the course news and bulletins, you'll find this video, of course, as well as the notes I took on the 3 readings for this week. So just a reminder about all that stuff in the course news and bulletins. This week, we're going to talk about strategic direction a lot, mission, vision, some of those things that came up throughout the course readings and through the learning outcomes. So, for example, I'm looking at the learning outcomes right now, conceptualize planning, promote strategic planning, develop strategies to maintain a focus on learning and learners, and so on. Collective decision making, all those pieces. There's a video in the unit notes that talks about 3 reasons for a strategic plan. They talk about identity and values, decision making, and aspiring hope and possibility in that video, and that's in the unit notes. The 2 DQs for this week. The first one, McDowell suggests, and a quote is there about critical friend teams, CTFs. A critical friends team is a team of educators whose core purpose is to understand and act upon teachers' impact on student learning. And the question for DQ1 is, as a leader, how might you consider utilizing critical friend teams to build capacity for continuous improvement in your professional context? It doesn't need to be a school. So critical friends can, certainly be in many, many different contexts, not just traditional schools and classrooms. So when I'm thinking about that question, thinking about, okay, how do I do this? What have I learned so far in the course? Well, I know from collaborative professionalism that you don't want to rush it too fast. You want to build a little bit of trust. I'm looking at a quote now from the DeWitt article from this week. Collaborative leadership includes the purposeful actions we take as leaders to enhance the instruction of teachers and build deep relationships with all stakeholders through understanding self-efficacy and building collective efficacy. So if I'm looking at this DQ1 and thinking, okay, how would I build critical friend teams? I would think about starting small, maybe give a specific example, and talk about how a critical friend team can build collective efficacy and that belief that together, as we work together, we make a difference. So I'd probably weave in some stuff from earlier weeks about that whole idea of collaborative professionalism and sort of transpose that into this week, thinking about critical friend teams, knowing that you can't just force people to collaborate and all of a sudden things work out perfectly. DQ2 says reflect on your organization's current approach to strategic planning. As a leader, what steps would you need to take to clarify what you're going to do to focus on versus what you're not going to focus on? So they give you a few questions. Where are we going? Where are we now? What's next? Certainly all those questions are very near and dear to strategic planning. Looking at the Williams and Johnson reading this week, one of the quotes says, strategic leaders have a clear vision of where their organization should be going and can express that vision to others and motivate them to embrace it as well. They listen to members of the organization to determine where things are and to evaluate where things need to go. So if I'm looking at that second DQ question, and it asks me, what steps do I need to take to clarify what we're going to focus on? Probably part of that is thinking about how I'm going to collaborate with others. I'm not in a kingdom here where one person makes all the decisions. There needs to be some collaborative aspects. And one of the things I'd like you to think about in DQ is not only how you're going to get your strategic direction, but how are you going to collaborate with others to create it in a way that there's some buy-in and others who are key stakeholders feel that they have had a role in creating that strategic vision as well. They're much more likely to want to be part of it if they've been there since the onset. So I hope that's a bit of guidance towards the two DQ questions this week. You'll see me in the DQs, and I look forward to your week 4 assignments. Please let me know if you have any questions about them. Take care, folks, and have a great week.